Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games.
On the Queen!
Oh, no!
KZ Excellent.
Nice on!
And Mr. Feel.
I sent KZ them in advance.
Here on GigaBoots.
Bob and I played Neo Geo games. We did this last Friday. It was really great. Neo Turf Masters, best Neo Geo game. Period.
It's really good. I don't know if I'm willing to sign up for that yet, but it's amazing.
It's
I guess you'll have to play 8 more hours of it.
It's too bad King of Fighters never got an install of it as good as Neo Turf Masters. I've been fixing up the house. We regained a room because of my efforts. That room was full of boxes and equipment or all sorts of stuff, but it's good now. And the whole time, I've just had to watch Vote for Waifus and play Neo Turf Masters because I couldn't stop and play it. So I am not shitting you. The second we finish recording,
You need your fix.
Yeah, I'm playing Neo Turf Masters. You bet your ass. We played another game. These are really the only two I need to talk about here. We played a game called Crossed Swords. This game is really cool conceptually because they looked at Punch-Out and they went, we want to make this a D&D style fantasy game. So you get the camera behind the character. It looks kind of transparent. And you fight enemies in the background that jump around and stuff like kobolds, lizard men, birds, shit like that, wizards. It's pretty cool. And you can buy equipment from a shop and stuff. Here's the main problem, though. I swear to you, this game feels like it's 2.5 hours long. I don't know if it actually is. You could go check the VOD yourself to see how long it actually is, but it felt like it was 2.5. It feels an hour too long. And they don't know how to make the gameplay fun at the high end. It just becomes this enemy won't get hit stunned. So in the middle of you doing a cool move, he'll just jump out. What's that? You burned a lot of your health to do this really cool super attack. He doesn't care. He's just going to leave. It was a really fantastic game, really interesting game, and they have a Neo Geo CD version. What I did not know is there's a sequel on the Neo Geo CD, so I need to try that out. Hopefully they strike a better balance there, because I think conceptually it's a very cool game. I'm a huge fan of games where it's fantasy setting RPG, but instead of having these cool spells and other ideas, it's just beat them to death.
Yeah.
Like that one game that I still cannot remember the name of. Was like Fight Night with a K, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, that where like had a boomer shooter aesthetic, only you punch the shit out of the enemies. This is real good.
You know, I played Cross Swords once. I played it on GameTap in a web browser.
Oh my god!
I
bet my friend Carl was really into GameTap.
I'm sure that was a great way to experience any video game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they had Prince of Persia: Sands of Time on there.
They sure did.
You had to call their live support to cancel.
Oh, it's like Xbox Live was back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not sure if people remember that. Back in the Xbox original days, you had to call Microsoft support to cancel. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to say you played it at an arcade machine, and I was going to get a repeat of the same experience where Casey's like, oh yeah, I played that Mega Man game on an arcade. I'm like, what? Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's okay. I'm winning, though, because the Mister got an update that allows for CPS2 games.
I still haven't done any of that. That sounds really great.
Yeah, we need to do that. It also got the Wonder Swan and Wonder Swan Color update core, so that's incredible. And I found out that this entire escapade with the Neo Geo wasn't completely worthless necessarily.
No.
Because there is no Neo Geo CD core.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, in theory, we could play games on that we couldn't play on the Mister. However, I didn't try to troubleshoot it. There's a chance I could fix it. But when I played Neo Turf Master CD, which you got to see before you go, Bob.
Yeah.
In your head, you're like, it's Neo Turf Masters. It's a CD version. Of course, it has Red Book audio, and it's just like the CD soundtrack. Nah, it's just the same song, slightly different.
Huh.
Like they changed the sound font almost.
Weird.
It is really weird. I think it improved the Germany song. I need to listen to it again to be sure. But it has a problem. Okay?
Uh-huh.
It has a problem where, how do I put this? So when you sink the golf ball into the hole, right?
Yeah.
It cuts to the close-up to show your guy if he was happy, sad, whatever. It cuts to black as it changes, I assume, video resolutions. And then when it comes back, there is no background.
Oh no.
You're just in the void.
Yeah, I'm in the void smiling as people are in the void behind me scrolling and smiling.
Weird.
We can't get out.
I assume if I switch from the Unibios to a specific MVS or AES, that will fix it, but I have no idea. And there's a chance it'll just not work. I've heard of incompatibilities between the Neo SD Pro's Neo Geo CD functionality and specific Neo Geos because everything in the retro community is actually cursed.
Yep.
Except for the Mister. Get the Mister. Were there any other Neo Geo games you wanted to talk about, Bob?
Magical Drop. That game is great.
Oh, yeah, Magical Drop 3 is great. We played a decent bit of that on the stream. Really good. Not often I come across a puzzle game where instantly the mechanics and structure of it are just so solid. You know, there are countless puzzle games that have come out over time that are enjoyed by Eric, but not necessarily by me. Because they aren't structurally very good puzzle games. But the Magical Drop 3 is really, really good.
Yeah, no, very few puzzle games click with me, and that one really did. Like, in that sort of bust move way.
Yeah.
It feels good.
It does. Really excellent game.
And great characters. It's always fun to have a puzzle game where, like, here's a bunch of stupid characters we made.
And if you don't have a Neo Geo, if you have Fightcade on PC, that actually has Magical Drop 3 on it, so you can try it through that.
2 is good, too.
Yes. 3's got a lot more characters, though.
It does. So it seems like just a better version.
Yeah. I think that's all the Neo Geo games I wanted to talk about. We sure did play Sengoku's.
We did play Sengoku's. That third one looks really nice, but not great. The first two are different levels of whoa. Like, this is old looking.
So in my head, that first one comes off as a reaction to Altered Beast.
A little bit, maybe.
It looks like it's of the era, and it definitely is channeling that energy of instead of having a wolf form, you'll have a wolf you can change into, just a normal wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't do it once per level, you get to choose. So I saw it as Neo Geo's, SNK's reaction to that. Because, of course, they're SNK. That's most of what they did back in the day.
What? No way.
You have an arcade game? We have an arcade game. But yeah. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
I assume you played other games you want to talk about, like Sengoku or other Neo Geo or anything else?
Metal Slug 3 is really good. We want to shoot that. I still want to go shoot any others just because that one, with the transformations and stuff, it does feel like it might be one of the slower Metal Slugs.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to think what else we played that was actually worth talking about.
You telling me you just played Neo Geo games and nothing else?
No, that was it for Neo Geo games.
Oh.
I did eat.
This isn't a game.
I'm sorry.
Barreling like a wrecking ball of a Segway.
Jesus Christ. Okay, where are we falling to? Where are we dropping?
I ate the turkey spam.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that in there.
So
oh boy.
let's cover it, okay?
Uh-huh.
Spam, kind of greasy meat, comes in a thick patty,
Mm-hmm.
mostly pork.
Yeah.
What the fuck is turkey spam like?
It's still greasy,
Okay.
but it no longer has a flavor anymore.
Oh no!
So it was pretty gross, honestly. Like, I was like, man, this is like, because I made
It's like
it
a giant navy bean.
I made it the way I make spam frequently, was just like over rice with some eggs.
Yeah.
Egg.
It's because it has almost no flavor. It's really just great. I made this egg and rice greasier, and then this meat kind of just here.
Oh, that's sad.
I don't know if I'm going to finish it because I like cut it into 3 pieces and was like, just use the first piece for this.
Should have used it in a hot pot.
No.
Man, if you really want to piss someone off, feed them spam musubi made with turkey spam.
At least then you would be like, well, you flavored the spam with the teriyaki. That might save it.
I don't think it would.
Yeah.
I think it would just be upsetting because you removed the flavor. So now it's teriyaki rice and grease.
Yeah, it would be a lot worse. I'm saying it'd be better than what I did. Which I saw videos like, oh yeah, with spam, you could soak it in hot water to try and reduce the greasiness.
Yeah.
I'd not seen that before. I was like, maybe.
Yeah, for people don't realize, spam is boiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like boiling it again to remove some of the grease kind of makes sense. Huh. I had heard of that once, but I thought that was like one weird person and not.
But this was the same Korean cooking video that put a slice of American cheese on top of something and then it labeled it cheddar. Yeah! He did it in several videos. I was like, what's happening?
I fucking.
Well, you can buy cheddar flavored. You can buy cheddar flavored American cheese.
Yeah,
Can you?
But there's no chance there's that. That person just misidentified cheese.
I kind of want to try cheddar flavored American cheese now.
God, now I'm just remembering the food nightmare conversations that I've had over the past 2 weeks where someone is like, yeah, you'll need Parmesan. And I'm like, what kind? And they go, Parmesan. And I'm like, grated, shredded, sliced? And they go, Parmesan. And I'm like, I'm going to kill myself if this doesn't end soon.
Go buy the $9 wedge of Parmesan, Dan.
That's clearly what they wanted. No, they wanted the can of the like grated shit,
Of the sawdust?
Yes, they wanted the sawdust. That's what they wanted.
The sadness sawdust.
And that's fine if they would just tell me that's what they want. Instead, they're like, I riddle you this. What form of Parmesan do I need?
Okay, Dobo. Riddle me this. What Parmesan do I want?
All right. I'm sorry you ate turkey spam, and I'm even more sorry I had to hear about it.
Okay, I also played some more Scarlet Nexus.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I found out one very important thing. Patrick Seitz should never voice random people.
Yeah, he really shouldn't. It's the worst.
Yeah, once you're a certain level, you can.
He also just he's doing his protagonist voice, and it's random doctor with the generic model.
Yes.
It's like, dude, I know you're the voice director on this. Just be a character, please. Please don't do this. You could fit any of these guys.
It's the inverse of the Sonic 06 problem. Where instead of being like, hey, he's like, wow, that's really weird.
You nailed it.
I'm a normal doctor. You're like,
That's just making me think of like a relatively recent Genshin Impact thing where every single character in like a relatively big quest, every single NPC was voiced by Pros D, doing almost the exact same voice. So it's like, go talk to this guy. Hey, Pros D. Go talk to this guy. Hey, Pros D. Go talk to this guy. Hey, Pros D.
Oh, right.
Fallout New Vegas be like.
I was like, who's Prosd? Oh, ProZD. Okay.
Yeah, that's why it took me a second too.
See, I thought I was having a stroke. I'm like, did that motherfucker say Bing Crosby? And I was just zoned out. What the fuck? That man's dead. How the fuck? What?
He's a Genshin Impact.
It's a Genshin. Coming up next, I think we're gonna have a pretty good roll.
Yeah, you roll for Bing Crosby, and his weapon is a sack of oranges that he beats kids with.
I can't wait to roll for.
I'm horrified by the thought of my roles being narrated.
Oh man, no, that's really good.
Oh no!
Oh god!
You just put the Neo Turf Masters. Oh no!
Yeah, like I was gonna say, we need that
finishes.
Neo Turf Master announcer for 3 stars. It's like, no, I'm dying.
How's Scarlet Nexus, Bob?
I got a few other things here. The subquests are terrible. Like, literally the worst.
The what?
Subquests. They're like mini quests you can pick up from random townspeople.
I didn't know those were in the game.
Yeah, that's one of the things that made me like, oh, wow, this is really Vita core.
Oh.
They literally are like, oh, go kill this monster in this way. They're like, do you want to track the quest? All it will do is put the name of the quest on your screen. It won't tell you the monster you're trying to kill. It won't tell you where to go to kill that monster. It won't tell you how you need to kill them. It just puts the name of the quest on the screen.
I'm 80% through the first campaign, and I did not know this was a mechanic.
Yeah, you have to find the quest menu. You dig into the story menu and then go like tab through the options.
What?
They mark characters that'll give you these on the mini on your map screen, but they don't use a symbol any sane video game would ever use, so it's easy to miss. They use like a square, like a hollow square.
Wow.
Yeah, I accidentally ran into one at first, and then I looked for the map specifically to find these. Which
They're so bad that I've done like 3, and I'm like, I'm not going to do these anymore.
yeah, they're really bad.
You really don't need to.
They are the worst. Also, the main character gets new weapons that look different. Every other character seems to get different color weapons.
Yes.
That's so bad.
Yes, they do.
It was like pull Mark III. Why is it yellow? It just looks bad. It looks like you adjusted the saturation now. What did you do this?
It's like the small characters are going to continue using the barbell.
Also, man, the Persona style, like, talk to your friends thing.
Yeah.
Those are really bad because of the way they're implemented in here. Like, they don't feel like they should be happening ever when you're doing them.
What makes you, what part, aspect of it? Because you could be going a couple different directions with it.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I know.
But every single aspect of it is like, this can't be happening now. These people shouldn't be contacting me now. And then, like, okay, we just had some very big event that affected everything. You want to go out to dinner?
It has like Mass Effect 3 disease, where it's like, the world is ending. Go hang out.
Yeah, it's really weird. And
there's characters you typically would not talk to because of story reasons, and you just kind of hang out because you're off the clock.
Yeah, and that's really bad. And then you do... It feels like every one of these is misplaced and would work in a game where the stakes aren't as high. But they decide that the stakes should be super high.
Yeah, where are you? Like, what phase are you at?
I think I'm phase 6 at the end of it. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I just...
also, the story is I think the overall, the arcing story for this might be cool, but the way it's presented is terrible and is 4 chapters straight of we are causing conflicts because characters refuse to talk to each other.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely the most frustrating thing you can do in narrative, and
I actually made note of it on... I made note of it on stream where I went, if they do not speak to each other after this, I'm just going to say the story's terrible.
Yeah, no.
Luckily, I eventually hit the point where they stopped doing that.
I can't forgive this many.
Oh,
this many forced encounters and this many just, they won't talk.
I know, it is aggressive. I've never encountered a piece of media where they've put us in a situation where that had to happen that many times. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's ludicrous.
Ever. And you're eventually going to hit the point where more story happens, and I'm still digesting how I feel about it. I'm still digesting whether I think this is cool or dumb as shit.
Yeah, I'm currently worried this is one of the worst game stories I've played.
I don't know. You need to get a little closer. I apparently only have a couple of things left to do. I think there's like maybe 11 or 12 chapters per character.
Okay.
I finished up, I think, 8 so that I could knock out the rest in the next stream. I hit the worst level in the game.
Okay.
So I won't say like the biome or anything, or the very basic stuff on it, where it's you're just running through fields and stuff. But they introduced this enemy that's just a bomb.
Okay.
So when it gets into range, it'll glow and explode.
Oh no.
One, you're dodging, unlike in other like action RPGs, like say like Kingdom Hearts. When you roll, you have iframes, like during your distance, or like a Dark Souls roll. You don't have it here. So if you do like you're like you try to dash away from something, you'll just get hit by it. You'll just like take the damage from the explosion, so you always have to dash away. And then you'll fight like waves of enemies, and you've taken them out. And it's like, good, I'm done. But they decided that they thought the bombs were challenging, despite the fact that it maybe takes about 8 or 9 to kill you. So they'll just start spawning in waves of 1 or 2 at a time. They're dead. Wait 5 seconds. The next wave of them have appeared. And it becomes this thing of, I'm just waiting for them to be gone and just standing there because they're not going to kill me. There's no risk of that. So all they've done is waste my time.
Great.
But aside from that, the game's been all right. Right when I was starting to hit the point where I'm like, man, there sure are a lot of enemies with armor on them. I got the party member skill for the older guy on the Yuito squad.
Gemma.
Yeah, and I got his L1 move through bonding with him, where it's He appears, punches them, and shatters their armor in one hit.
Yeah, I was noticing armor stuff can be a little annoying.
Yeah, so it just becomes this thing of I pop him with that, and then I use the other 2 combo skills that are like a fire slash, and the clairvoyant character can just jumps in the air and just shoots a cluster of bullets, and you just kind of shred through stuff.
I was also gonna say, while we're talking about the dodge and how it kind of feels bad. I've never seen a game that's so chaotic that one of the common side effects is, oh, you can't use the dodge button. Oh, you're wet. You can't dodge.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
I sure noticed that.
I really hate shock in this.
Yeah, where you just stand there.
You stand there, or if it knocked you down, you face planted on the ground for like 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah. I've also noticed that the game feels okay against others, which is the monster type enemies. But when they're like, let's do like versus human style characters, it doesn't know what's doing at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, they just blow attacks at you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'll describe a very, very early fight with humans where if you're Yuito, you would fight the other protagonist, Kasane.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, they introduced the mechanic where if you dodge a projectile, you can throw the thing they threw at you back if you like dodge at the right time, which is super cool. I like that. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going in, I'm attacking her. She has a combo, which is her default combo if you play as her, where things spin around her. That will probably kill you if you get hit by all of it.
Yeah, you can't like dodge out in the middle of it or anything. That's actually one fight you can win or lose.
It is, and I lost.
I reloaded that until I beat her.
That's what a bunch of my chat said. I was like, no, I'm getting this win. But it was some things just feel a little fucked up in terms of just
because you're fighting a character they've designed as a character you play as, not as a character you fight.
Yes.
Those moves have no thought to how you dodge them.
Yes, because there's a stark difference. Because I think in one of the later chapters, it might have been 6 or it might have been 7. I'm not sure. You fight a humanoid boss, and it feels like a normal boss because it's not. Here's a character that you would play as. So it felt like more thought was put into it. But then there was other stuff with it where I was playing the teleport playstyle wrong, where they're like, you need to teleport to get in front of them to hit them because they've done some good coverage. And I thought it was the same teleport that I would do, which is just dodging to teleport in front. I didn't do that, and then I just got creamed where it's like, no, the teleport is not as far as you would ever think it would be. You're just in this hitbox.
Yeah.
I don't think I've died confused more in any other like game, because I feel like the you're in danger isn't as obvious as in other games for me.
I don't know. It beeps at you a lot, but your health bar will drain at alarming rates sometimes.
Yeah. Some stuff really wrecks you, but the other problem is that your party members get the exact same health low sound effect.
Yes, they do.
So it just becomes a bit of a problem for me, and also selectively revives you.
Yeah, I thought it was just like, okay, I lost it so many times, so this time they're going to revive me. But it might just be a random number generator of maybe when you die, you might be revived by them.
Yeah, it has to be, because the first time I ever died, I got a revive, and then it didn't. And then sometimes at the start of a mission, I would die, and they didn't care. So I don't know, like, it's a % chance, maybe based on like bond level for character.
Probably.
Like they like you enough, so they'll do stuff. I'm getting some of the later bond levels up. Like you have your childhood friend who uses the fire powers. And her first thing was you can proc her to like do a big slash that has a lot of range. But then her later move is if you do damage with an attack, there's a % chance that a profile picture of her will appear in the middle of the screen to tell you to press like triangle and circle. And then she just appears and blows everything up. She just snaps and a giant explosion happens. So I'm starting to see like some of their follow-up stuff. So the combat's feeling good there, but there's some parts that just don't feel as good, that I can't say I got a good read of from the demo or like the really early stuff.
Right.
So
I definitely wasn't expecting to fight humanoids that they had no idea how to make.
And they're like, what if there's multiple of them at the same time?
Yeah, that's the worst.
And what if target switching in this game was terrible?
Yes. What if?
And,
oh wait.
And then of course they have the SAS like abilities, and some of them you need to do to see an enemy.
Mm-hmm. So and you can't target them unless you're seeing them?
Yeah, so I become discombobulated a little bit in this game. I wouldn't say that I'm disliking it. I'm still enjoying it, but there are clearly plenty of issues with it. So it's kind of a push and pull pretty regularly.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to move on to after this. I assume not more of this.
Given how things are setting up, I don't think they'll do more of this. But I can see them maybe coming up with some other action RPG thing.
Watch them like reskin this game into a Shonen Jump game. Like just pick one IP.
Go ahead.
It'd be one of the best.
Yes, I would love a Shonen Jump game with this type of game.
Because I was like playing it and I was thinking, this would be really good to just reskin into an anime game because you have like the relatively lower production values with the motion comic type cutscenes, and it's playable enough. And so if you got some characters anybody gave a shit about in here, you'd be sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, almost any story would be better than tell me what you're doing. No.
And what if we did that 4 more times? Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the most infuriating story I've played in a while.
Because one of the more aggressive ones I've seen is Birth by Sleeps, where there's an entire crux where this doesn't happen, but no one can talk normally.
Uh-huh.
And it's like that one cutscene you get halfway into Birth by Sleep for every character. What if you had that 6 times in one game? But
things are looking up.
Yeah, things are looking up. Hey, maybe you play that other route. It's a little easier.
Maybe the other route's less insane.
I feel, yeah. The way some people have told me in my chat is like, yeah, and you get this and this. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I guess I should eventually jump into that. Because I'm kind of interested because, you still get to bond with people in the other team. But clearly the context will be different. And the things you'll talk about will end up being different because you're not the male main character.
Right.
Somehow it isn't different at all.
No, it's literally impossible. Yes. Yes.
We'll see, won't we?
Yes.
Unless I drop this game hard after beating one campaign. But I guess KZ won't. But he might lie to us.
I like it. You're like anything, so I can't be wrong. You're like debating me on this YouTube channel.
But that's all the games I played.
Okay, that's cool. I forgot to mention that I tried the Wonder Swan core. Holy shit. Most people don't realize Wonder Swan ran at 75 hertz, so it does not look right at all on emulators. It looks stuttery or screen teary, which is something I had to tolerate until now. Because we got that fucking OLED that can do 75 hertz sync. So it looks weirdly smooth. I bet that would have been weird to see in person on a fucking portable back then. Oh, look at this shit. But yeah, very excited to check out more of that because I only got to fuck around with it a bit. I was extremely happy about it. Anyway, KZ, what you been playing?
Did you know that jumping from an LCD that you lended me to the OLED makes Scarlet Nexus feel like getting glasses for the first time? Because boy did that blow my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. My recent play session of that, I jumped to that. I'm like, this is great. I'm liking this. Unlike parts of that skill tree where I can have more attacks on my combo. That felt cool.
I keep telling people the OLED part of the OLED's far more important than the 4K part of the OLED.
Yes.
I wish they made 1080p OLEDs.
Yeah.
I'd be recommending the shit out of that.
Yeah, I want nicer looking color and screen. The one I was using before, everything was a lot dimmer. So I was like, God, this is like light.
Let me put it this way, you guys. I lent KZ my 40-inch 1080p TV that I got on Black Friday 2013. So it's my infamous Second Son TV.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Yes, it is. You usually say that sentence in that exact tone when talking about random objects in the room when you enter the room I'm in, KZ.
Uh-huh.
I'll be like making Banny's food, and you'll be like, that's good cat food. And I'll give him this look of, did you eat my cat's food?
Sorry, I thought it was beans.
But yeah,
That's a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that's a good game.
Yeah. You turn to like smoke.
Yeah. It looks cool as hell at 60 frames per second on the PS5.
Oh God, I should do that.
You have the evil playthrough where it's incredibly stupid.
It's so
no.
stupid. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. I see no problem here.
None.
None.
The only problem is that they wrote too good of a game.
Yes.
Did you play anything else, Casey?
I played Sea of Thieves.
I forgot you did that.
Yeah. Yeah, I played. I grouped up. So I used the big four-man ship.
Mm-hmm.
We set sail upon the seas. The water looks fairly impressive in that game.
I would hope.
And it looked nice and gorgeous. When we finally hit a point where it wasn't like overcast in that game, where everything kind of just looked rough. And I see light over there. Let's just sail there for 20 minutes, see what's over there. And then we hit like an island that had a boss in it. And then we're gonna die. So half of us just left to the other half there. It's like we picked up the treasure. We're just gonna leave, and they got pretty upset. just hanging out.
Did you leave them a gun with a single bullet like Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, everyone has their preset guns. Though some of them were stupid and were randomly shooting at things while on the boat and forgot to reload. So I think they were just stranded with no bullets. But they almost won. But thankfully, you have a feature where you can like return to your party's ship, even if you're being left there, if you're like stranded. So that wasn't too much of a problem. Our ship eventually got sank because I steered the wrong direction, and then the water came up and it just started sinking. But we grabbed the treasure and jumped onto a random island and went, okay, one of you needs to take one piece of treasure and go up to this magical merman or whatever that'll teleport you back to the trading post to get us a ship, and then you need to drive back here and pick us up so that we can get our cool treasure we picked up. One part was exciting. We found a secret passage, opening up a secret cave with ciphers and stuff, and we're like, how do we unlock this? We unlock it, we open it, there's nothing in it. Someone in the chat said, it might be because you haven't accepted the quest for this island, and I don't want to believe that that's what it was. Because if it is, that sucks and kills a part of the appeal I was feeling at the time of, it's cool, we just found this thing. That's really neat.
That's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Jesus.
I did not play it, but I will note that my friends did the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff that they added. And the way they described it is, it does a lot of cool set piecey stuff, but half of it's broken. They don't think it was QA'd at all.
That's really unfortunate.
They also found the content by accident. And the game didn't do a good job of signposting where they were supposed to go, so they were on an island for 25 minutes, assuming this is where they were supposed to be. It was not. Also, the thing that made me go, oh, really? Where they took down some raid-related thing with another set of players. Everything was fine. My friends put up a different flag. They put up the LGBT flag, and immediately the other players attacked them.
Are you serious?
And sank their ship.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes. I'm just saying you can find it. You can find anything on the open seas.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think if you get friends and you're like sailing around, it can be pretty fun. Everyone has an instrument, and then you can just play stuff together, and that part's just really stupid and fun. And just finding treasures and stuff. I see the appeal of that game now that they've had years to add an appropriate amount of content to it at all.
How long were you playing this?
A few hours, like 3.5. We explored like a couple of islands, then someone had to go, and then we're like, okay, that's good. They said they wanted to do some more, and I was like, okay, well, it's on my Xbox. I have no reason to free up space on an Xbox, so it'll stay here, thankfully.
Well, you could have played Scarlet Nexus on your Xbox.
Yeah, I could have,
but you didn't.
I played the demo.
Well, that's good.
Remember they got early access on that demo. So.
They did, because people were convinced that it was an Xbox exclusive.
And that it was also going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I hope Xbox has a fun time trying to convince publishers that it's fine that their entire fan base now doesn't want to pay for games.
It's not day one Game Pass, so I guess I'll just never play it.
That fucking Reset Era thread where the guy's like, he literally goes, I found out this game wasn't on Game Pass, so I'm now less likely to buy it. Is that wrong? Like, Yes, you're kind of insane.
And I saw people going, "That's good business. Xbox is winning. They figured it out. It's all part of their plan."
Somehow third parties will sell even less on there than on Wii or not Wii. Trying to think of GameCube, I guess, for third parties.
Yeah, of course. 100%. I'd put money on that. Because Microsoft last gen, they didn't even have the Game Pass brainworm, right?
Right.
Last gen, they were selling, 12% of the copies for Capcom?
It might have been
8?
20.
No, it was down at
It was
an
6.
Resident Evil 4 will never be
Yeah.
on PlayStation. It'll never leave that GameCube.
So, yeah, they definitely sold a lot better on third-party games on GameCube than on Xbox One, and Xbox Series is going to get weird with the Game Pass brainworm, but, whatever. Game Pass had Sea Thieves, and Casey got to play it, so that's cool.
I had a moment where I saw, because this isn't in our news document, it was another one of those game boost things.
FPS boost, yeah.
FPS boost, where they're like Dark Souls 3 as FPS boost. And I'm like, I'm slightly interested in casually playing it on a console at least 60. I can't do 120 on mine. And then I went, yeah, I can, because it caps at 900p still.
Yeah, the Xbox version's 900p, but it's been updated with FPS boost to at least be 60 frames per second. The PS5 back compat of the PS4 version is 1080p or higher and 60.
Yes.
So
Wait, I thought the reason it was only 30 on... No, it's because the Series X didn't come out till a year later, so it just never got an upgrade.
Yeah,
Or not
once
the Series X, the One X.
There you
Good
go.
fucking name.
yeah,
I know. I've had friends who've gone, I almost bought a Series X, but they meant to say 1X because they were looking at the wrong one.
Oh my god.
And it's like, this nightmare's still happening. It's not getting any better.
That's unfortunate.
And then I believe Phil said the 1X would be more expensive than the Series X eventually.
On a long enough timeline, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, you playing anything else?
No, nothing of note. No.
I'm going to note that weird thing I tweeted about where, because of the way FPS boost works, it doesn't actually make the game feel better. It just makes the graphics smoother. Because it's a weird graphics API injection technique. So
It's like the games are shaved.
it's really fucking weird. Because that means that the game feeling better, which is what you associate 60 frames per second with, won't be there on the Xbox version, but will be there on the PS5 back compat.
Right.
That's a very strange situation Dark Souls 3 specifically ended up in.
Yeah, the FPS boost technology is cool.
Oh, it's amazing.
But yeah, where it lacks that feeling better part really hurts.
I mean, it at very least it looks smoother, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
Like that helps. It's not the same as, if all those games were uncapped and they just ran at 60 now. Unfortunately, some sort of organization kept telling people to cap frame rates last gen. I have no idea who, but we're living through the repercussions of that.
Right.
Anyway. Hey, Phil, what you been playing?
I attempted to play Half-Life. Then I went, wow, this game would have been really impressive in 1998. Sadly, it is 2021. And I will stop playing now.
So I'm not saying this to be a contrarian. I saw it in 1998. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I tried to play in 2006. Was like,
because he's not even talking Half-Life 2. He's talking Half-Life.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
I tried to go back to that one after I beat 2, and I was like, I can't do this.
Every time I picked up Half-Life around the time it came out, it didn't really impress. It has set pieces and they look kind of nice, but I don't know, man. It's just
some of the set pieces are weirdly modern.
Well, yeah, because eventually Half-Life 2 set the fucking mold for shitloads of AAA first-person shooters, so things that are in 1 are in 2 accordingly.
But it's movement doesn't feel good in this game.
No, it feels like fucking trash.
It feels really janky and bad.
It feels better in 2, but it still doesn't feel good.
I kind of like that they don't use a ton of buttons for the weapons. They kind of stack the weapons, because I always thought it was ridiculous. They're like, how am I supposed to press 9?
I know,
Yeah,
for that weapon?
Yeah.
weapons video games. So like we're just gonna stack them so like your shotgun and your assault rifle are on the same button. You just have to double tap it. Like that's a million times easier than one of them being 7.
Yes.
But it's like, man, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I turned it off, and I'm like, I'm not going to be reopening.
Yeah, I tried to play through it multiple times by now, both the original Half-Life and Half-Life 2. I can't. It just there's nothing in it that I could want to go back for. Quake 1 has way more in it that's fascinating and unique and well executed and interesting. Half-Life 1 never really felt like that to me.
Well, you don't like digging your way through boxes using a crowbar?
That's Half-Life 2 mostly, but
I did that one.
I think it's neater in 2. I don't know. Cuz they have a lot more physics in 2.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
dumb, that's what 2
physics.
is.
Yeah, fucking Half-Life 2 is AI/physics/vehicles. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why you go back to Half-Life 1. I don't know what makes it so appealing to people. I'm open to people saying that in the comment section. It doesn't land. I think, yeah, as fucked up as this sounds, in 2021, Blood has an infinite more value.
Blood is fucking immaculate.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that game aged like super wine. I don't know.
I mean, part of it is also that, like, it set the mold, so you've seen it more polished 100 million times by this point.
Yeah.
Also, there's too much fucking crawling around in vents.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so much of that game is crawling around in vents. You know what's a much more enjoyable game to come back to from the same fucking era? Fucking Red Faction. I enjoy playing Red Faction more than I enjoy playing Half-Life 1.
I was able to get to the end of Red Faction,
right?
So
and I
have
don't
to agree.
I don't understand. I don't understand why Red Faction has no like huge love of it today, but Half-Life is like commemorated as this amazing video game. Yet every time I've played it, I've fallen off immediately. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I also played so I found out about Duck Station, and I wanted to try Duck Station out. Duck Station is a PlayStation 1 emulator.
Oh, okay.
It uses Dolphin's UI basically, which was always my sticking point for like part of the reason I got the PS TV hooked up, like set up, is like I fucking hate the UI of like RetroArch and the other one that's real accurate. But this one is also super accurate, and it has a user interface that I don't despise. It also was notable. The reason I found out about it is because somebody was like, yeah, it fixes that thing in the PS1 where like polygons would wobble. Or textures on polygons would wobble.
Affine texture warping is what it's called. Because basically once the polygon goes out of frame or has to move across a point, like it doesn't have floating point math for 3D. That's basically what it is.
But it fixes that.
I find that like that honestly is topping my list of features I could want from an emulator. And I know that's not like a 4-leaf clover of a feature, but that's the number one reason you would go to an emulator to play PS1 ever, in my opinion. Just being able to fix that fucking problem. I look forward to the day eventually where we can get a scale of Mr. Machine that is capable of, 5th gen consoles.
Yes.
That is it. We're inevitably going to get there.
Please.
The original Mister is not. It will have to be some new project. But that's fine. And I'm also okay with paying out the ass for it.
Yes.
Let's buy 5 right now.
Why are you like
Doesn't
this?
exist yet, KZ.
Oh, shit.
So I spent some time playing Guardians Crusade because I'm like, I need to play a fully 3D game. So I played Guardians Crusade. That is a game that has neat things about it, but is pretty archaic. Like it's neat that it's fully 3D. It's neat that it doesn't have a map screen. Like you seamlessly walk out of a town into the world.
Okay.
And at some point you even get the ability to fly, and it's like continuous.
Huh.
To compensate, wow, the models outside of fighting look real basic. It's like most people don't have eyes.
Damn.
When did that might I think it was like I'm trying to remember when it came out because it came out here in '99, but I feel like it came out in '98 over there. Fucking Activision localized it.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever played this game or even seen it.
And it was made by Tamsoft, developers of Senran Kagura and One-Chanbara, back before they decided their entire lineup needed to be titties, I guess.
Wait, isn't Tamsoft the fucking Battle Arena Toshinden people?
Yes, it's also them.
Okay. The people who are like, why do you keep saying our game's a Virtua Fighter killer? Please stop. These standards are too fucking high.
We're known for the Simple 2000 series, please.
Please fucking Christ.
It has a really like relaxing music track, and also like a really sound to the soundtrack, and also they're very obviously trying to make it look like Rankin Bassy. Like if you think of the Rankin Bass Christmas specials.
Mm-hmm.
Like the visual style is very much like that.
Yes, I did. I did get that impression from the pictures you posted.
It's really archaic because you ultimately only have one character.
That's weird.
So you have the main character Knight, and then you have Baby.
Excuse me.
Which is where you get the Japanese name Knight and Baby.
Wait, that's the name in Japan?
Yeah, Knight and Baby. So the plot of this game is you're a knight. You live in this little village. You have a fairy with you who's basically like your Navi, who talks for you because he's a silent protagonist. And your mayor's is like, go to the next village and see what the fuck's going on. None of our crops will grow, and apparently they can't catch any fish. We need to find out if there's a curse. So you go, and the mayor's there's like, your fucking mayor's always talking about curses. It's just a bad year. Go home. So on the way home, like a divine spirit appears and tells you have to take this pink rabbit hippo looking thing to God's tower. And the mayor says, no, that's causing the curse. You have to go dump it down this hole.
I mean, I'm watching this thing do its chomp attack. I'm kind of with the mayor on this one. We should dump this thing down a hole.
So you dump it down the hole, and then you have to go back and get it because you felt bad about it.
Oh.
So you can't directly control Baby.
Well, Baby is Baby.
I thought Baby was you.
No, that's Bobbage.
This is one of those things where it has like the really cryptic PS1 RPG systems, but it's actually something a human being could figure out from the context it exists in. It's like you can't directly control Baby, but you can suggest things for them to do. But they won't give a shit about your suggestions unless they like you, and they'll like you if you talk to them regularly. You have to give them attention, and you have to keep them from getting their shit rocked in fights, and you have to give them snacks because you can feed them things. Luckily, they're not a picky eater because they will eat anything, including your spare weapons and armor.
Oh my god!
Oh,
and that makes them gain more stats when they level up.
Man, now I'm just thinking about Lufia 2's awesome fucking pet system. God, need to play through that game.
But yeah, I played like 4 hours of it.
I'm ignoring you, Casey.
And
okay.
It has some real Dragon Quest 1 energy, where it's like grind.
There's no meme. Grind.
Yeah, pretty much, because you have basically spells. You get like you get living toys, which sometimes act as spells, and other times will summon like a support character that'll fight with you for a little bit. But like most fights will just be over in 2 rounds if you just normal attack. So you're really only deploying them for bosses. So it does come off as very archaic. It's neat though. I recommend people trying it at least. It's very unique.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a typical PS1 JRPG because the graphics and stuff are in a style where it's just different. It's really weird. I didn't know this thing existed before you started tweeting about it.
Yeah. Watching you watch video of this, Dan, it's cracking me up to see just a big button that says baby.
Yes, no, the fucking
That's like the Doug button.
God.
And eventually Baby will learn transformation so he can like transform into monsters and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Monster baby.
You also have a rival character, and I don't think official art for the characters in these games exist. So you only get their you only get his in-game model, which looks pretty rough. I think even cranking up the resolution on the emulator didn't give me a real good impression of him. He basically just looks like Vegeta.
Okay.
You can't go wrong.
His name is Dark Beat.
Oh my god.
That dude looks real cool.
This dude looks like he could be in Rayman.
He's your rival character, and he's going on an adventure because he has to defeat an evil wizard so he can turn his sister back into a human because she got turned into the Goosalagoop Goop. And I'm not joking. That's almost exactly what she got turned into.
That's Oh, yeah, that's fair. She won't eat anything other than Pappy Wraps.
When you meet him, a dirtbag hired you to fight for him in a duel to determine who the mayor of the town is. And these guys got hired by like the non-dirtbag, and they just rinse you. You'll usually get owned on the first attack because they just deal so much damage. It's neat. It's a neat game. Duck Station also seems really solid.
Cool.
Like, if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on some other PlayStation 1 solution, this is probably the best solution. I also played some Streets of Rage 4. That game's cool as hell.
Hell yeah, it is. That is an incredible fucking game.
Very excited for that DLC.
I really wish I could have played all the way through River City Girls before even touching it.
Yeah.
But
it just has so many good design choices. Like, we have the super moves that drain your health like other old beat 'em ups, except it doesn't permanently drain your health. It puts you into like a Dragon Ball Fighter's gray health state where you can regain it by beating up enemies.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's really good.
Yep. It is fucking excellent. There's so many fucking excellent things about it, and it also looks really sharp and plays incredibly well.
Yeah, I like the evil cops with the like cyber shields.
Yes.
I also like how sometimes they just do shit that they know is infuriating. Like, you know the guys that rush you with the knife? Here's 15 of them in a tiny room.
Yes.
I also really enjoyed one of the cops using your Streets of Rage 2 screen clear on you. Also, Adam's back. Adam's cool. I like playing as Adam in Streets of Rage 1. Now he's back.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in that one. He's got a lot of good moves.
He has a lot of cool electricity powers.
Yeah.
And doesn't look like he lives under a bridge like Alex.
Yes.
Not Alex.
Axel.
Alex's name? Axel, yeah, Axel.
Yeah.
That's all I played though.
Yeah.
I haven't even finished it yet. I only played like half of it in one sitting.
Yeah,
this is pretty good.
There are too many things coming out right now. I don't know when I'm going to get to that DLC. I really need to, though. You know what else I need to get to?
What?
The Podlords.
Oh, fuck. Oh! Podlords.
Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Podlords such as Lee Broyles. Please watch the Dynasty Warriors movie for Curse Content Club. Sao Paulo Muito Real. Red Blaze 27. Weapons Grade Juicifrost. Suzu Shiro. Emperor Zero. My favorite Mass Effect 2 DLC is Lair of the Sheeby Weeby.
The only good one.
The chances of the last Smash character not being a Fire Emblem rep and Bayonetta 3 shipping.
Oh no!
What are you talking about? The Pokemon rep.
Hell yes.
Well, both of these things have to happen to qualify, Bob.
Oh, okay.
I think they were saying it individually. Rado. 101 Shades of Wonderful Remastered. Strike fear in the hearts of your enemies with the all new Japanese lip sync in Gary of Tsushima Director's Cut. WTF
Who is
Spider-Man.
Why'd you lie to me, Spider-Man?
Damn it.
The most Canadian bag of Cheetos you will ever see.
Ah.
Ketchup.
Yeah, they do that.
I've always wanted to try ketchup chips. I'm like, they're either going to be great and I'm going to be pissed Americans don't have that flavor. I'm going to be like, fucking Leafs.
Yep.
Modern mage. I think Dan would make the perfect modern Columbo. He's got the look, the attitude, and most importantly, the car.
Oh, yeah.
DFW3K. Muckbun. I regret to inform everyone, I have become a fret simp.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Galaxy Great Activate.
Kristen. They call him T-Berry on the golf course.
Oh, no.
That's really good.
Doinkin won.
He's the queen! Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoha versus DDS Switch. Actually, fuck that. I'm giving it up on the Switch edition. PS5 edition.
Holy shit.
Whoa!
Betrayal.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa.
Multi-kill.
God, I feel like we found the oasis.
Good luck. I'm behind the wheel of a 7,000 skeleton car tearing up the Mexican countryside.
Whoa.
Kyle Bjork. Zilter. The only idiot unironically thirsty for Kaname Date. Bob Alone 2 lost in the press event.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Jason Schreier's the one on the left.
Yeah.
So now I'm just imagining Jason Schreier getting like the skeleton electrocution like Home Alone 2.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Chase Ray. Bligda Blue. Schligda's Boo. Balan C. Mikado.
I did this.
You were quick to admit to that.
Oh.
Monster Hunter Ryzen. Jesus Christ. The life fibers may be strong, but family is stronger. Don't lose your way.
Yeah. He's so cool. Love you, Dom.
How does Gale send an N64 in Majora's Mask, but not include the Bizarro RAM expansion thingy?
Please change your name, please. Please, please.
Never change it.
Oh, shit.
I'm King. Blood of the Gamer.
What?
Pog Nectar.
Jesus.
It's Pog Nectar.
You put the Pogger in like a juicing machine.
Past the remote hearing of Fizzolis. Ravioli. Give me the death I deserve, Ioli. Unironic King of Fighters Ramon Stan.
All right, there's got to be one of you.
Who's this guy? He looks kind of raw with the eye patch.
His name is Ramon.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey there, yous all in the audience gots to pay up if yous wants to become a podlord. Big Think Dimension. I'm starting to see the appeal. Indigo Sykes. Catching up on BTD. Currently on 123 out of 127. I'll get you, bitches.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh no! Oh no!
Dan Video Games eyeing Banny's cat food. Some say, I'll eat you. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be someday. There's all sorts of fucking grammatical errors.
None of this, man.
There's no capitalization in several parts. There's no apostrophes.
I like their money, though.
Okay, that's fine. BN12. Evil Lucario. Playing Age of Calamity on my Nintendo Switch OLED.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It's really,
I'm glad this happened
really
now, so
embarrassing.
that's really good.
Collections is
Embarrassing.
now based and Columbo pilled. Hell yeah. 3 raccoons.
Yo!
Whoa.
Valkyrie Shrooms, the rarest type of podlord. Wanted to play Borderlands Enhanced on PC, but it runs worse than Borderlands 2 and 3 that look the same as the original. Thanks, Randy.
God damn it!
Boy, it seems like when you involve Randy in something, just doesn't seem to work out. Looking forward to that movie.
Aspiring Bimani Ambassador, Shinji16, and Vid Sigma. Thank you very much to our bot lords.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul Lords.
Thank you, bot lord.
Chink, bling, boing, boing, twing. I don't know. I have tried, but I don't think I can figure it out.
No, I don't think you're gonna through sheer force of will, figure out how a coin going into a thing actually sounds.
I'm gonna shake the machine. Feel machine broke. Well, if you would like to become a bot lord, you can go over to patreon.com/GBpodcast. For a simple $50, you can become a pod lord. Maybe attach an image. All that stuff's really good. Man, this is hard. And then you can put a picture, and then it maybe appear here if it's funny at all. Also, for as little as $5 a month, you can get all of our exclusive shows, like Cursed Content by Committee, or Blessed Blonde Blob, which is also a really good show that we do.
It is a really good show.
As well as, bonus bits and stuff like Armchair Devs. What is that show?
Armchair Devs?
Yeah, what's the thing that we do after it?
Extra.
Yeah,
there we go.
I was like, there's some special name for it. No, it's extra. Commentary tracks, all this and more. Patreon.com/GBpodcast. You have never been this aggressive music-wise on Feel.
Yeah, no, I had to condense it all. You're only doing it this once, presumably, unless Feel's dead, and that's why he hasn't said it.
This is my future now.
Oh, great. That's really unfortunate.
Let's bring it over to news.
Wait, I saw I had to talk about the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what happens. It's probably like Aqua Teen, though.
Oh, shit.
I was trying to talk, it just quit lighting up.
It just quit another realm.
I was staring at the mix pre being like, why can't they hear me? The lines on the mix pre are fine.
It's like, why? Why is he making 8 coin noises? I'm talking.
I didn't hit any button. No, I know. I zoned out for a second. But,
don't worry, that part was real.
So I hear we have news.
Bring it over to news.
Time for some news.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch OLED.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's probably the most important news of the last week.
Of course it is. We've been talking about it. A new Nintendo Switch console that would be announced that would feature an OLED. That's certainly how they took it, because they announced Nintendo Switch OLED model. This includes the 7-inch OLED screen, enhanced audio, an Ethernet port for the first time in Nintendo history, 64 gigabytes of storage, no upgrades to RAM or CPU compared to the previous models. It'll be $350, and it's coming out October 8th.
I think it's important to note it's not enhanced audio, as they keep saying. It's enhanced speakers on the device.
Right. Yeah, it's really weird that they kept phrasing it enhanced audio, and I'm like, I don't use the portable mode.
Also, it's got a new stand. We can't forget that.
Oh, yeah, it's got a wider stand.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real.
New,
the fucking integrated Ethernet port and that stand is the single, those are, and the new dock. Those are the major things.
Apparently, you can buy the dock separately.
Yes.
So I may just buy the dock.
It looks like Homestar Runner.
It does.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so if did a comparison shot.
No, fuck you. What?
No, I did that tweet.
Oh, you did that too. Jesus.
God, Phil, you're so smart.
One moment.
Let me just link the tweet right now.
Yeah, please link that tweet. I need to.
Dan is rushing to the internet right now.
I need to see this shit immediately. This is fucked up.
God.
Are you Come the fuck on. It's great because they actually drew him like that in one thing. I can't remember which cartoon it was. Jesus fucking. Hey, Strongback. I don't play games at a higher fidelity than the original Switch.
And then
That's good for you!
And then I got a really good response.
Can we get that too?
I cannot do a good hum song.
I don't run Astral Chain any better than the others.
Oh my god.
The most youngest of our audience are like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck's a Homestar?
Did I make that tweet of, okay, we filled out the bingo card now, and it's literally the one thing of the Switch doesn't do any better?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, but yeah, in case you somehow missed the news in the last week or somehow haven't determined from what everyone has said so far, it has the same CPU, it has the same RAM, it has the same everything. It's the same thing. Nintendo's like, hey Dan, no, we're not going to sell it to you. You're going to need to hack a Switch to make it run appropriately.
They're like, I'm sorry, Dan. You're going to have to keep talking about a better Switch forever.
I don't know about forever.
For two more years.
It's really weird how people assume because this model's coming out, there's no way they're doing another. But they're Nintendo. They literally announced this. You're pretending they're sane, and that makes you insane.
I kind of feel like this is they're just gonna phase out the first one.
That's what this should have been at the bat, though. Like, instead of being $50 extra, it should have just been $300, because this is basically no upgrade. Like, those are a lot of like things they should have just done from the get-go, other than the screen being an OLED.
I mean, a lot of them are design flaws, and yeah, the screen being an OLED isn't enough for $50 upgrade.
No.
Yeah. This is the one time, I think it was Jeff Grubb, where I was like, yeah, that's smart, because all the people were going, this is it. There's no upgraded version that's ever going to happen. And I think he wrote an article of, they're making a new Switch from the place that brought you 7 3DSs.
Yeah.
It's like, of course they're going to make newer and bigger ones.
Like, people have long-term memory problems. If you recall, they fucking released 2 new versions of the Switch in 1 year.
Remember the 2DS XL?
Right. They did the 2DS, 2DS XL, new 3DS, new 3DS XL.
Yeah, the 2DS XL came out after the Switch.
Oh yeah,
it was like that hyper thin looking like one that was a clamshell again.
I've sold that thing so many times, I honestly forgot that it was called the 2DS XL. Because that's insane, because the first 2DS
was a wedge.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
It was a doorstop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they were like, let's make the best thing.
Yes. Make it look better than any other 3DS.
It's like, guys, the 2DS XL is what the majority of your user base wanted the entire life of the console. How the fuck dare you release it this late?
In 2018.
Release it once it's dead.
Yep.
It's a core.
It'll go great with this Mario Luigi game that sold 10,000 units.
But yeah, I think it's really insane that people are dunking on people for talking about a Switch Pro at any point, because this somehow in their heads means there's no Switch Pro. It's like, what the fuck would make you think that? One, assuming sanity with Nintendo's stupid. They tried to cancel the original Game Boy because the screen was not good. They're like, this is never going to get better. Cancel the whole project. They re-greenlit the Game Boy 3 months later after employees worked on it secretly. Anyways.
People don't want a Switch Pro to exist.
It's the weirdest fucking thing.
So now that they've announced this thing, they're like,
insane.
it's right. They'll never do it.
I've won.
Yeah,
I want to win.
These people are insane.
People can't play Breath of the Wild at a good resolution and frame rate. Somehow I won because Nintendo doesn't use powerful hardware so that they can have big profit margin when they sell units. Nintendo doesn't use powerful hardware, so that means their games are good because they have worse graphics. So if they make anything that, it's like Nintendo will betray them if they ever give any consideration to visual fidelity.
Which is weird, because if you think about it, they've done the new version of everything. They did the DS, the DS Lite, and the DSi, and the DSi ran exclusive games. And it ran games in better modes. The 3DS had the same fucking shit. The Game Boy had the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Advance had the Micro, which just makes you fucking cool as shit and get laid nonstop.
Yes. Drowning in pussy.
Yes, it's a real fucking problem.
Dan, the only person I know who owns a Game Boy Micro.
What's the least cool person we know?
Yes. I guess I won't call them out now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was going to say they died a virgin. I was just going to say it was pretty not cool. But, the Game Boy Micro is very
They
cool.
put together some great podcasts.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, now I could understand maybe. It's like, maybe you don't need the Pro. It's not necessarily. If we were in a world where the launch game ran at a stable 30.
Right.
The launch game.
Right.
I mean, this
It showed
This
its
shit
age
catches
on
up.
day 0.
Right. This isn't the fucking GameCube, you guys. The GameCube ran games great out of the gate. The Switch, by the sheer necessity of what it is, doesn't. And it's okay to think that someday we should come up with a special version that runs things a little bit better, because they're already making games that don't run ideally on the hardware.
No, frame rate isn't real.
Even Disgaea has a fidelity and a performance mode. Disgaea.
Yeah.
Let that set in.
I really can't wait for that game to be on something else, so I don't have to choose between looking like shit or running like shit.
Yeah.
It's a fucking button thing. Looking like shit or running like shit, sweating.
Yeah, you just blow up the machine and leave.
So, like, what do we think that the first game for the Switch that'll have to do the Smash on 3DS thing, where it's like we have to deload the OS and load up a smaller version of the OS because we need every drop of power.
On the original Switch, I would say the thing probably isn't flexible enough to do that.
Yeah, if it was, Monolith Soft's next game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say Breath of the Wild 2. God, Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be.
I'm still not convinced that there isn't another version of the Switch coming in the next 12 months even. So this news doesn't mean anything to me. In fact, I would barely have talked about this if there weren't so many people psychotically convinced that this means there will never be a Switch Pro.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder did we have validity behind all those 4K rumors? Like, was there ever a good source?
Yeah, Bloomberg.
Okay.
Nikkei.
All right.
I don't sit here and listen to fucking bullshit rags and grub.
Right.
I have people who have sources.
Right.
Yeah.
Not people who make their entire careers out of writing bullshit articles. So it was really funny when the Switch OLED got announced that someone, I can't remember who, was dunking on people. They're like, can't believe all this quick clickbait websites got all these people worked up about a Switch Pro that doesn't even exist just for clicks. And then someone goes, you mean Bloomberg? The people known for making shit up for clicks, question mark?
Yeah, no one knows what that means. Most people that are like, there's no Switch Pro, I won, didn't read any of the articles. They just read that people were talking about it, and that was the limit. No one really digs past headlines anymore.
It's so bizarre. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a higher end Switch OLED that's a Pro model coming out, in the next year or whatever. But
honestly, I just think it's weird. This is the price hike one. Like,
oh yeah, incredibly weird. They're clearly just taking their relatively comfy market position and just getting what they can out of it.
Yeah, they're getting people used to the idea of them upping the price of Switch stuff in general, I feel like.
Now, if there is a Pro, it's like, yeah, it's going to be at least $400.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And this is like the moment to go, well, it's only $50 more than the standard, because they'll just slowly start fading out the old one.
Yeah.
I saw people...
Unless it's just the reverse of the Switch Lite and doesn't even have a screen, doesn't even have a portable mode, which I think it could be.
I mean, that would certainly save a lot of money. You don't need to put an OLED screen on something that's just a console. But then for people who like the flexibility, you don't get a new version of the Switch that runs anything better.
Yeah, you don't. If you want it to be portable, it runs things bad.
That's the OLED mode.
That's the trade-off.
Yeah.
I could see him being like, okay, here's our $300 Switch Pro. It's console only. Our profit margins are fucking sick.
Yeah, their profit margins would be insane at $300 on anything that could be a Switch Pro, short of like a PS5.
Yeah, no, that's the same feel. It would be the Pro. It would be port or console only. It'd be $400. Their profit margin would be absolutely psychotic.
That's some
because they'll pull $4 million in the first 6 months.
That's fucking Apple money right there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think about it a lot. Just the thought of, the Switch should not be $350. That's definitely too high for that.
Yeah.
Given that most of the things they fixed are design flaws in a console they released 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But they still won't fix the Joy-Cons?
Yep. The Switch is...
I hope the European Union smashes their fucking head in on the Joy-Cons.
It
should be apocalyptic for them. It should be on the level of the Red Ring of Death, where it's like, okay, Nintendo, you have to repair all of these for free forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really nice if corporations maybe got bullied a bit more about their devices that don't last that long at all when used normally. Right? These aren't extraordinary circumstances. These Joy-Cons start drifting way faster than you would expect.
Are they even making a new version yet?
No.
And just putting the same name on it? How do you get this much heat and not change once?
It must be incredibly hard to fix.
I don't doubt that it's incredibly hard to fix. Because look at how much space they have to work.
Except there are versions of it that exist that don't have the problem, but they don't have the rumble. I think like the Hori Pro Joy-Cons do not have drift.
Do those detach from the console at all? They okay? So they are wireless.
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember that there are some Hori ones that you can only use on the console.
Maybe they have to be on the console.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They don't have a ton of space in the Joy-Con area, and that's kind
only
of
for handheld mode.
And that's kind of the problem. Where it's like they got to fit in the wireless, they have to fit in the gyroscope, they have to fit in the rumble, they have to fit the controller shit in, and hopefully they get enough strong enough signal on the wireless for it to work. Based on me playing Ring Fit, nah. But yeah, so it would be cool if they made, like, I think the ideal is them making a console only one, so it's not an insane price. I don't want to pay $400 for a Switch Pro.
Yeah, I mean, once they did the Lite and made the portable only one, it felt natural to go for a console only one too. But
yeah, it's just a SKU that serves a different market, which is another thing that I've seen Nintendo fans get really fucking irrationally mad at. It's like, that ruins the point of the Switch.
It's like,
it's fine for there to be a portable only one, not fine for there to be a console only one. I'm insane.
Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah, I could at least respect the ones going, why is there just a portable only one? It's a Switch, you should just have both, which I find more understandable than no home console one. I'm like, no, there's a definite big purpose on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they would do SKUs of all three varieties to specialize in what makes each one work. You know, make sure the portable one has really good battery life. Make sure the home one has good performance.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This doesn't have a new battery size or anything, so it's the same bad battery life at launch, Swiss.
With an the OLED soak it up more or less.
It depends on what content you're looking at. Since Nintendo games are really bright and saturated, there is a significant possibility it could burn through it faster, but who knows?
Wasn't there a Switch battery upgrade at some point?
Yeah, I think with the Mario Kart edition, they did switch to a better battery.
It's just called Mariko. It's not Mario Kart edition. That's just the name of the chip.
Oh,
yeah.
They stealth released some around the time the Lite came out, where they didn't say anything, but people.
Yeah, it was within a month of the Switch Lite coming out. It was the week after.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then everyone had to look at serial numbers to make sure they could get it. God, that was insane.
Yep,
I'm sure that was fun.
I'm sure Nintendo will never do anything that stupid insane again.
There'll never be a Switch Pro because they announced this new thing.
Correct.
They definitely. You know, I realized this. Thinking about it, it's weird how Nintendo sort of dropped ill-equipped hardware at exactly the worst possible time when it came from like people adopting new display technology. Because the Wii dropped right when HD TV adoption blew up.
Yeah.
And then the Switch got dropped like right as 4K TV adoption started to blow up.
I would say the Wii went better though because it had component, and all HD TVs had component back then. Because it was completely inconceivable that you would have all your devices be HDMI. Reminder, the original 360 didn't have an HDMI. So component was really, really common back when the Switch came out, or the Wii came out, and it supported 16:9 in progressive scan, so it's very progressive design, actually. Advanced, even. I don't want to go straight into the state of play, so we're going to go literally anywhere else. Bob, do your news in reverse order, bottom to top.
Okay. So this came out right after we finished recording Big Think last time. So like the next day. It's really great news.
Mm-hmm.
Doom Eternal announced they're canceling the invasion mode when someone could like invade your world Dark Souls styles is a monster. Because no one wanted that.
Yes, because it's just their multiplayer thing in the single player, and I want to get away from that at any chance I can.
Yes,
it just seems bad.
Allegedly, it's because of development issues that came up because of COVID, But yeah, I have to imagine they just tested this and didn't work.
COVID gave them a break, and they thought, this sounds like a shitty gameplay mode, and no one wants it.
Yeah, I feel like if you take a hack at gameplay mode for a year and a half and it's still not working out.
Yeah. We did all the DLC. We still can't figure out how this mode makes it not bad.
Yeah, the amount of people I've seen in that community begging for any style of horde mode has been a lot.
So they announced the horde mode.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's cool.
That sounds fantastic.
Yes.
I love horde modes. I'm looking forward to our Gears of War month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that will be fun.
This horde mode will be great. And then they're like, all right, there are 4 Marauders now. I'm like, oh, good. Oh, good.
I'm like, oh, good. It's a break. That's a break from what it would be otherwise.
And there's like 4 of them. The 4th one has a spirit in it.
Still a break.
God, I need to play those DLCs.
Oh, boy, is it deranged.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, I love it.
It's messed up. They're on the Doom Eternal is on sale for PSN. You can buy it and all the DLC for $30. So you can buy the DLC for full price $30. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, no, screw you. You already bought the game. Pay us more though.
Oh, I now understand what you
Yeah,
meant.
he's
That's
saying
fucked
you
up.
can either buy everything for $30 or only the 2 DLCs,
Yep.
including the game or just the 2 DLCs.
In
That's
that-
fucking insane.
In that case, I go, fuck you, I'm making another USPSN. I'm saving wherever I can.
I mean, at least you wouldn't have to insert your disc, Bob.
I guess.
At least
I
there's
guess.
that. That's something.
I was thinking about chipping away some of the master level content they put out for that, which is like it's the same campaign levels, but they put insane enemy placement and like new stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
They added a difficulty mode in it called Classic, where all the weapons and their mods and pickups are on the level. Like you'll go to secret areas and it's like you found micro missiles for the machine gun.
Huh.
So it actually plays like the older ones. So I was thinking about doing that because they dropped another one of those levels recently.
That's neat.
Mm-hmm. And they said they're doing some based on the DLC, and I'm like, oh boy, oh no.
Yeah, and then they specifically said, we're going to brutalize you because you wanted to be brutalized.
They fixed one of my biggest problems with the DLC too with the patch. There's an enemy, the Prowler, that'll grab you and then like fuck up your visuals.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only kill it with like a blood punch, and you can't dash when you've been touched by it. You get like a curse mark on you. They fixed it by making it more obvious where it is, and also giving you a blood punch automatically when it hits you. Because otherwise, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like waddling around trying to figure it out, trying to get a blood punch
This
built
is
up.
bullshit. The forces of hell fed me an entire Thanksgiving dinner and now wants me to fight.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Why would they do that?
The Prowler hits Doom Guy and he just turns into Tony Soprano. He can't move for shit.
Let's see. My next news story. They announced Robocop Rogue City.
What?
It comes out in 2023. It's from Nikon and Taeyon. I've not heard of these companies before.
Well, I wasn't really a fan of wireless earbuds until now.
Oh no!
But thanks to Nikon. Yeah, I think this company published. I forget if they did the one game that like had major publishing disputes or not. The Sinking City. I forget if they were involved in that thing.
Oh God!
Because I think it might have been them. But yeah, that's the only one I've heard of. Never heard of Taeyon.
It's a first-person shooter. We saw a CG trailer. That's it. There's nothing more. Who knows what this game is?
Let me see what the actual devs have made, if they've made anything of even.
Well, they seem to be. Nikon seems to be the publisher, so
Yeah, Nikon's the publisher. Most of the stuff they publish is bad, so on that front, it's not exactly reassuring. They made Terminator Resistance. They made Rambo the video game for PS3.
No.
oh,
They made,
that's why I know their name.
Is that the
They made
recent
some
Terminator game that came out like a year ago?
Yeah, it's 2019.
Oh, okay, because that's the one that got a next gen version.
Yeah, it did.
I heard it was okay from a Civi video.
Yeah, that's also. Yeah, apparently it's just a Fallout clone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Weird. Yeah. Now my big news article.
Oh, fuck me.
All right.
Assassin's Creed Infinity, a live service platform.
Bob, I died. I listened to a podcast that read their entire thing aloud.
Oh no.
And that's what made me think this is our worst piece of news of the entire week.
It has an evolving platform with multiple settings.
Okay.
Games are connected but feel/look different.
Oh, good. Different feeling Ubisoft games.
I'm sure.
That's a thing.
It, inspired by Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto Online.
Eat my ass.
I'm becoming the Joker.
Yeah, right?
2 games in wildly different genres.
Yes.
But not wildly different profitabilities.
No. Quebec and Montreal studios are working together on it.
Now,
Bob, every time you say the name of that place, you have to say Quebec.
Quebec. I'm sorry.
Quebec.
Quebec. You got to lift up your hand to do it, too.
Quebec.
It's important.
I listened to someone read the entire blurb here.
Okay.
And the way they said the Assassin's Creed, they talked about like the roots being like an action adventure game, then turning into an RPG, now turning into this, which described that they are just done doing other traditional Assassin's Creed. Said before we would have Montreal and Quebec just jump between each other. One makes a game, the other one makes a game. And that's kind of how we do with these big games like from Odyssey to Valhalla. But this time they're combining to make the biggest and coolest one yet. And I went, this is going to be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, this is dire.
This is something that would come up in a Gamer Premonitions or Armchair Devs.
This is literally we should have seen this coming. They said earlier this year or maybe late last year.
They said they were going to do this.
Yeah, they said that we're moving to more live service stuff. Like that's clearly the future.
But we also had this conversation where I feel like at least me, if someone else was like, they're not going to make everything a live service thing.
There's
Surely they take their biggest franchise and turn it into a live service night that's going to change.
This is going to be. They basically just said, we're putting the 2 studios that make every single thing that makes us money on this horrific live service Ouroboros.
No, you see, this will make them infinite money. That's what they think.
I think we're going to suddenly, after Far Cry 6 comes out, we're suddenly not going to see Ubisoft games for a while. And nobody will know why. And then it will come out in a Randall Weems article that, everything's on fire at the company.
Attached to this news article, I also saw tons of, apparently a bunch of PR stuff came out about them removing everyone that was problematic from the company.
Yes, they did put out a press release saying, don't worry, all the cockroaches are gone. Hissing sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was, in fact, a Randall Weems article a couple hours before this came out, so I don't know if they just kind of rushed out a statement so that people would know about this from them and not necessarily another Bloomberg thing, where it's like, it's Assassin's Creed Infinity. They're also panicking and falling apart because so many creatives over there are gone.
God.
Because, they were all evil.
This seems like a not great turn of events. I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't play a fucking Ubisoft game.
Right.
But if you like Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs or Far Cry, I'd be a little bit worried.
Don't worry, they're weaning people to not like Assassin's Creed already.
Don't worry, they already did that when they stopped the Assassin's Creed series and then made Bad Witcher for 3 games in a row. Because that definitely wasn't Assassin's Creed.
With this, I think it's really bizarre and obviously a bad idea for it to apparently be multiple different game looks and feels.
I don't understand that. Are they going to keep them, or is it fear of missing out? The entire world will be gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'll just be able to boot into multiple different video games from this game.
Why?
That's their idea, I think.
If it turns out to be like that, and it's like, there's more pay to win here, and it's a launcher with multiple games, I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's the sane option, which means it will not be that.
So here's what I think. Okay. Imagine the planets in Destiny. Okay.
Oh no.
But they're gonna just add a planet, and a planet will get blown up.
Oh my god.
And you're just constantly going to need to log in for your pay-to-win shit. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on Venus. and it's gonna get blown the fuck up. It's like that concept, right? So it's gonna
Also,
be.
if you want to explore all of Venus, you better get to level 99 on Venus.
Listen up, Templar. This week, Venice is available.
Dan, it's already due.
Genshin?
It's already Destiny-like. All right, they got rid of side quests in the previous Assassin's Creed. Like they were in Odyssey, and then they're like, we're not going to really do side quests anymore. Here's something that is just patrols.
Yeah, that's fine and tolerable, somewhat.
No,
but the thought of your entire game is just one planet at a time,
I don't.
and fear of missing out,
I don't.
and pay to win. In their opinion, it's going to be cool like Fortnite.
Fortnite's a multiplayer game. You get in, you get out.
Oh, this will be too.
Well, yeah. You'll get to see people also parkouring around.
Yeah.
It's funny because they used to have a multiplayer mode in Assassin's Creed.
God, you will need to buy a season pass for this. Oh my god,
yeah,
that's
100%.
That's definitely how they're working. It's just season passes.
It'll be battle passes.
Yeah, but
Battle pass every 2 months.
Yes.
Costs $30.
Season pass, battle pass, basically interchangeable.
Yeah, basically the same thing. Or in Sea of Thieves, plunder pass.
Also, they're going to want to sell you even more stuff. So you're going to have a base, your base in the timeline. Because, of course, everyone's going to enter through the Animus.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So you're not one of these hostage types who has to interface with the Animus. You're part of a cool organization.
Of course. They still do that.
Right. So what they're going to do is they're going to sell you decorations for your base around the Animus. They're going to be like, get Da Vinci's easel.
Oh my god.
This is Armchair Devs.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
I already have it in my head where your base in the Animus looks like PlayStation Home, and you have like goofy sunglasses you can buy.
Here's a statue of Desmond.
Remember to get your Red Bull Moo. Jesus Christ.
So that they said something along the lines of don't expect this till like 2025, didn't they?
I didn't see the dates on it, so I
didn't see the dates either.
They basically said they've done nothing.
So it's just again, you're making this sound like it's the biggest video game ever made.
Yes.
Is there just going to be no Assassin's Creed until this?
The studios that would make them are gone now.
The studios that make them also make Watch Dogs and Far Cry. So are we just going to have nothing for 4 years?
There's no way they shut down 2,000 people working on games.
Everybody gets moved to Rainbow Six. I'm sorry.
God, I'm gonna kill myself.
That would be so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a portion. They have to make a bad Far Cry spinoff again. It's their rule.
Didn't they already announce that?
Oh, yeah,
the
they have-
villains thing.
I assume that was just like a
No, that's DLC. That's DLC for the for 6.
yeah. I meant like a spinoff in the way of like Primal or New Dawn. Where,
Yeah, that use the same map.
but do something to try and trick you.
I guess that they didn't make the. I thought that was just DLC last time. I thought they evolved past
No,
making a separate.
no, that was the
No, KZ played it. It was bad. It had the Tree of Might in it.
Yeah, I thought that was just
and he lost his
DLC.
mind.
no, that's a $30 to $40 standalone game.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they realized people wanted to get on that and not necessarily play,
Yeah.
Yeah. They just straight up made it a sequel that's like 10 or 15 years after that game.
And very bad, right?
That was still a 40-hour experience for Ubisoft. You would take over encampments, but you could also have them recapture them so you could do them again infinitely.
I guess that all the people working on Snowblind is that the name?
Snowdrop?
Snowdrop would
Yeah,
be
that engine.
they would be the separate team, like the Division guys would be making some other game while this
Yeah, Star
Assassin's
Wars.
Creed is
Wait, what?
You mean Avatar?
Oh, you said the Division guys. They're also doing that Star Wars thing.
I forgot.
What Star Wars thing?
They
Yeah, I
announced that they're
forgot
doing a Star
entirely
Wars
about
game.
this.
The Division developers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have they shown anything?
No, they just announced the partnership back when Lucasfilm Games got established, so it was the same week as Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
What's up, Bob?
I was thinking about there's the games we got CG trailers for and basically no idea what the game is.
Avatar.
Imagine if it's like, okay, we got to outsource like development of Assassin's Creed to somebody else because the teams are combined into this homunculus. And it's like, wow, they made the best Assassin's Creed game ever, and now it immediately goes to infinity.
That would be really funny.
I think that's really possible. I don't think it's that hard to imagine someone else coming in who, I don't know, likes Assassin's Creed and makes a better Assassin's Creed than Ubisoft has.
I think it would be funny if their licensed games were normal, so we could be in this future where it's like their original IP is a live service monster and their licensed games are the most Ubisoft like normal video game you can buy.
Yeah.
Where it's like Avatar and the Star Wars game have multiplayer elements, but they're normal. They don't expect me to play this for 20 years.
I saw somebody say this made sense because of Call of Duty Warzone, and I said no, because Call of Duty is a video game that feels good, so people would want a battle royale that feels like Call of Duty.
And also, no, unless they announce another Assassin's Creed alongside this, because Warzone just continues alongside a Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of people comparing it to Warzone. I'm like, that's nothing alike at all.
Until they announce another mainline Assassin's Creed to go along with it, that's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
and also, if they charge for this, it's definitely not the same thing. I'm pretty sure Warzone's free, right?
Yes, Warzone's free, and Call of Duty is not a franchise known for its single fucking player.
Yes.
Right.
Warzone's not a story game.
Like Infinity, there's no indication that this is heavily multiplayer focused. I don't know how they're going to make it like a Fortnite level of success.
And that's the thing. They reference Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto Online.
Right? Like it's really hard to think about turning Assassin's Creed into something like either of those.
Are they comparing it because this game will never end?
Maybe?
Is that why? Because they're like, those are the games that will not go away. Because, it's Fortnite and it's GTA Online.
I don't know. We should move on, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
Hey.
We're going to...
Hello.
We're going to go to KZ first, actually. Okay, let's do the state of play.
All right, we had a Sony state of play. In my notes are the things that mattered the most. So we're going to be starting off. They opened with a PSVR game. We got the sequel to Moss Book 2. They said it was in development. Didn't really go into dates or anything, so maybe it's VR 2?
It just said PlayStation VR, so I assume it's on the old one, but they might announce another one later.
Yeah, maybe maybe the best version of that you'll get on like the 2.
Right.
Because of the timing on it. It looked neat. Like you're fighting stuff. You're a small mouse.
There's this giant budding rabbit.
There is, yeah. They were about to fight Ornstein and Smough.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Did anyone play the original Moss?
No, we own it. It came with the VR headset.
Right.
Yeah, me and Field didn't have
I don't have VR, so
right, yeah.
I'll play it once the new PlayStation VR 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm. They announced a game that's hitting early access now, Arcadegeddon for PS4 and PS5.
How do you describe it?
It looked like they were jumping between a mix of different gameplay types because it's like an arcade-related thing where they're like, these are our arcade games. One of them you're like using a baseball bat. One of you're like gunning down things. You're picking up loot. I think Bob said you were going to try it.
Oh yeah, I'll try it next week for Big Think. I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I was also going to give this a try because it at least looked interesting enough for me to want to.
Got like a neon aesthetic going on.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's mostly a shooter, but then it does those weird game modes. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect. It might be a weird first-person shooter MOBA, and then it goes into weird mini games. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I saw some like Rocket League-esque knock thing into the goal, and like getting home runs by just hitting people across the map. And I was like, okay.
But I guess we'll know soon. And the people at home won't know already because you can just go play it.
Yeah. Maybe you've put in 40 hours by the time you're listening to this.
I'm sure.
Yes. Next up, we got Fist. That's forged in Shadow Torch. They showed this indie game off at one of the PS Blog did it like last year of like showing off indies that are also going to be on PS5. This comes out September 7th. It's a Metroidvania where you got a cool robot arm.
And you're a rabbit.
Yeah. And the combos look cool. I'm like, that's action game combos. You just keep going. You keep juggling.
Yeah, it looked neat.
Mm-hmm.
One of these Chinese developers. I'm curious to see how it goes.
And add this to the list of games feel forgot after 2 minutes. Hunter's Arena Legends was shown off.
Yeah, it just left.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's the That's the what they said when you cross a fighting game with a battle royale is how they described
That
it.
sentence alone already just like softened my head so it could just fall through.
This is in fact not Naraka Blade Point.
Mm-hmm. We thought it was going to be, but it was in fact not. It was not a thing with a high player count. Also, the Battle Royale mode, you can either do singles or triples, which I've never seen before. I've seen like single, duos, and like quads.
I think that's actually exactly what Naraka Blade Point does too.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
I think they even did the same. I think we only saw one clip of it where they did the grappling hook shot, where they shot someone with the grappling hook and he swung over and hit him. And I was like, that's also in there. Is this just a weird, like, is this the fastest turnaround ever on one of these?
It's funny where they're like, Naraka Blade Point, like, sounds not white. And then you have Hunter's Arena Legends.
I always think of Hunter's The Reckoning. I'm messed up. My head's broken.
I don't know what that is.
Good.
Oh,
okay, that's great.
Well, you're gonna, because guess who's dangerously close to the Xbox we'll be playing that on?
Oh, son of a bitch. Sifu. This was the like melee focused indie game. Got delayed to early 2022 in the funniest delay trailer we've ever seen, where every single time the dude got owned, his age went up, and then the release date went up.
Yes, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still interested in trying this. I hope they do a demo, but they probably won't.
Yeah. I like the previous trailer a bit better. This is still about the same thing. It's just showing you different combat situations. A game I don't blame anyone for forgetting from the initial like PlayStation 5 reveal. Jet the Far Shore got another trailer.
I actually think this game looks really cool. As they showed off the stuff today, where they showed the people and they talked more about it, I sat there wondering how much of the game's dev time was built constructing the things around traveling these cool planets in your ship.
Mm-hmm.
How much of it was spent developing this narrative and these other things where I'm just like, this game's just cool, period, right? Like, you could have just made that game.
This really reminded me of Returnal.
Okay.
Where they showed the story segments, and I'm like, this is the kind of like taped on other
in
component.
That sense, yes.
Yeah, in that component. Because of course this isn't a roguelike as far as I know. It was more that it felt like that stuff was like an afterthought that they bolted on, and I'm like, I hope they try to integrate it pretty well.
Yeah, it feels a bit oil and water. I hope it comes off well when you're playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this personally. I think it looks really neat and fun.
Yeah, I like the vibe.
Yeah, I like...
At least. Its first trailer, I don't think was good at all. I got no sense of literally anything. So when it started this again, I was already like at a 0. But it started raising as they actually showed game.
Yeah, I think that as much story stuff as there is, I'm worried that's just going to be like the lead foot on this game. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just going to be stuck in that when I'd rather be playing it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Because even in that, it's like, well, it's not just a fun game, it's also sad. Like, that seemed to be his pitch.
Holy shit, you're right. Ignoring other games with death in their title, the last thing that they showed of relevance, Death Stranding's director's cut, got a proper trailer of what's actually in it, and not like a teaser. So first up, if you own the game on PS4, you can upgrade to this on PS5 for $10.
What a reasonable fucking price.
Yeah, the deluxe version of this on PS5, if you don't own the game, is $60. It is not.
So it's not a $70 game that I have to pay $30 to fucking upgrade?
No, it is not that.
What a radical concept.
This is actually especially funny coming off of last week. I feel like that's...
It is weird. You'd think this would be, like, solidified as Sony first party. They would figure out the structure they want to do for this.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Kojima didn't want to charge $30 fucking dollars.
And he can push his weight around to be like, no, I do not want to do that.
No, that's a market suicide.
Yeah, they did some like interview stuff and said that they have been working all the features for this since Death Stranding ended, as soon as they finished main development, and have been working to make it so that when you play the game, all these new features I'll describe here will just like you'll slowly get them throughout the game. Though some stuff you may have to find out in the world. I don't know what that could be, but we got more weapons and structures. They showed like an electro gun. It was pretty good. And like stationary like turrets.
cargo chutes.
Cargo launcher.
That is the best part of that whole damn thing.
We fucking
at first
lost
I'm
it.
like, it's got to be the little buddy that runs with you, and then you can also ride that's running across the way. But no, the cannon that fucking shoots it over that gap, because I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
A bunch of like extra skeleton related stuff to make your posture a bit better. And then they had a firing range with like what looks like VR missions and the fragile racetrack.
Yes.
This is your temporary Gran Turismo. New deliveries and new story missions, and the most important thing outlined by Bob: drop kicks. They have improved the combat and every bit of combat, and I'm like, I'm into this. I really, really, really like Death Stranding, so this seems perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if saves transfer over, or if it's literally like, yeah, we built all the new. Okay, they will.
Yeah, they confirmed it. I checked Gamatsu for like any new info, and it's like saves transfer, of course, a 60 FPS mode. Like they have the standard like 2 quality options of like performance and fidelity.
Because I was worried where some of the new content they said is just out there in the world, they'd be like, yeah, no, restart the game, which would be a nightmare.
Play the bad first couple hours.
But yeah, no, that looks really great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for what Kojima does in the future. And since I'm not willing to take Grubb on his word, I have no idea what that is.
Right?
We're going to move to Field.
I'm going to sign a letter of intent that says I don't give a shit about Jeff Grubb.
Oh, that sounds like a way better petition than petitioning fucking Kojima Games to not make an
It could
Xbox
fall through,
game.
though. Who knows?
Yeah, it could fall through those. Who knows?
I'm still right.
I wish he would fall through something. Anyways, Feel.
No, first we forgot an important game from the State of Play.
Oh, yeah?
Lost Judgment, which looks like an enormous upgrade over the original in basically every way.
Yeah.
Yes, Lost Judgment's trailer was really damn good.
Yeah,
That was good, yeah.
I feel like it was similar to their reveal trailer, but this was dubbed, so it was immediately like, oh, okay. The combat, it looks insane. The visuals, they need to chill
train
out.
a dog and then sick the dog on people. It has make your little robot buddy and have him fight people as a mini game. You're apparently taking on like Japanese motorcycle gangs and riding one of their stupid garish motorcycles as you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna finally play through Judgment so I can be ready for Lost Judgment.
Have to buy that $20, $30, $40 version of the other one to get the PS5 version.
Yeah, I'll do whatever it is that gets me the good version that runs at the better frame rate. I need high frame rate for tailing.
I mean, at least on the PS5 version, I bet the secret boss doesn't go down to 5 frames a second.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Well, anyway, time for some good news.
You?
One of the 45 Vampire the Masquerade spinoffs, Swan Song, which will be bad.
How's this good
because
news?
it's being made by it's being made by the same people who made the most recent Werewolf the Apocalypse game, which was also bad. But it got delayed until February. They have announced 6 Vampire the Masquerade games in the past year, or released them. More if I count the Werewolf ones.
Yeah, if I recall, this is the story. This is one where they gave it a story trailer, so I don't think it's the Battle Royale one.
Yeah, it's the story focused one.
No, this is an RPG one with 3 different characters, and it's made by the exact same people who made the Werewolf the Apocalypse RPG, which was bad.
Oh, okay.
So,
cool.
What the fuck are they doing over there? All they had to do was make all they had to do before they did any of this stupid bullshit. Just be like, okay, we're gonna make Vampire the Masquerade 2, and we're gonna ensure that people like it. And it's like now I don't even know if that game's coming out. You fired so many people in vital positions. You don't need writers to make an RPG.
No, not an RPG. No, maybe other genres like a racing game.
You'll talk to people. It's literally empty text box, and then you move on to the next segment.
God.
That game's that. Have you ever just like seen a game that you haven't seen any real footage of it yet because it doesn't exist? Just be like, that's gonna have a Krobie Cat video about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Infinity.
Level 5 is recruiting for basically every single position for another giant multimedia project. It includes game director, and that seems strange to me. Maybe that's how they work, but it seems weird that they're like, no, we don't have like an internal team of directors.
What? Why are they?
We refuse to use Keiji Inafune.
Why are they still doing this?
Because they love
it works more
transmedia
often than
events.
But they're doing
more
worse
often than it doesn't.
Like they keep doing worse, so I assume that they would try to scale back at all.
Nope.
No, we've gotten used to this, KZ. I can't live any other way.
I think the multimedia parts of it usually do good.
Okay, it's
like the animes and stuff.
From my perspective, the game part, since I don't engage with the other part, that hasn't been the strongest. And then there's other stuff. What was it like? The Inazuma 11 got delayed. I think it was one of the level 5 things got delayed even further.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most recent Inazuma 11 thing got delayed by like a million years, but the anime's been going fine.
Yeah, because
look, not everything can be .hack.
Yeah, you're right. Not everything can be .hack. Some things can be alive.
It looks like they're
fine. Just give it a little time.
Trying to start
CyberConnect and level 5 team up. Here we go.
Ooh.
Maybe level 5 can just team up with fucking Sony again.
What, make White Knight Chronicles 3?
Make Dark Cloud 3? Make Rogue Galaxy 2?
I mean, people would want one of those.
Honestly, it would make more sense for them to like fuse with Nintendo, because that seems to be where their most popular shit has always been. Like fucking Layton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Inazuma 11 was a DS series, and that was their other big one.
I wonder
Yokai Watch, which just died.
I wonder how good Layton is doing nowadays, because didn't the original puzzle maker for Layton just die?
Oh.
I remember that was the thing where it's like the person that made most of the stuff for the earlier Laytons just passed away, and like the quality of the puzzles started going down as a result.
Oh.
I don't remember.
But yeah, I wondered, because I'd seen threads pop up about level 5 in general, of just like, you think they'll actually make it through this gen? They're not doing too well on some of their game front. And then the first reply I see him reset errors, just a picture of Phil Spencer, because these people are insane. Phil Spencer should buy level 5. His ultimate appeal, games targeting 10-year-old Japanese kids.
These people are psychos.
Am I malicious in that someone just said Yokai Watch is dead and my brain just went good?
Why? What was the problem with Yokai Watch?
I don't know. It got a bit too close to Pokemon, so trying to be a transmedia event and also Pokemon just gets that bile reaction from me, where I'm just like, no.
You're like, what year is it? Is it Monster Rancher?
Yeah.
Are we playing Digimon?
Is it Digimon and Monster Rancher? Are we doing this again?
I'm sorry, Digimon is fine. Stop being a hater.
I
never went anywhere, Dan. You just didn't hear about most of them because they never got localized.
I just sit here and I'm like, it was fine once at the beginning of all of this. We can't keep reliving 2000.
I mean, yeah. God, I can't believe Monster Rancher might come back. That's my main takeaway here. But Yokai Watch was in the exact same tier as a couple of the recent story-focused Digimon games, where people that were really mad that Pokemon wasn't doing exactly what they wanted said, why can't it be like this thing? This is the thing that's going to kill it. And I'm like, you just make me not want to engage with your thing because you're just using it as a cudgel to beat on this other franchise.
What? No fan base has ever fucking done that.
And yeah.
I think it's sad because I want to get behind Yokai Watch.
Mm-hmm.
But the like gameplay, the battles in that are so bad.
Yeah, I looked into the battles and I immediately tuned out.
Yeah, it's like, this is unplayable.
It is not something for me at all.
Yeah, I've never heard anything good about it. I've never even actually looked at it, but like I can't imagine that. Like everybody I've talked to is like, what the fuck are they doing? This makes no sense as like a gameplay system.
Yeah,
it just seems really bad.
It's really strange. It's like, this game is pretty. It could well have taken off, but you made it play like so bad that there's no way.
Isn't there something with like a wheel?
Yeah. And then for some reason, I think they did like a shooter game. It's a spin-off, in the Dying
there's like a weird
Yokai Watch.
There's like a weird spin-off.
Yokai's crossbow training.
Finally, the game we've all been waiting for. Anyways, let's move on.
And the last thing is there was the Virtua Fighter 5 interview.
Okay. I heard nothing about this.
Oh no.
Let me find out specifically who was there.
Okay.
It was with Harada was there.
Yeah, this is Harada's like bar show, right, where he talks to people. Is that where it was?
Yeah, he does
I don't
some
remember.
sort. He does
I just saw the transcript. I just read the transcript.
Yeah, he does a thing now. But I remember because people like took something he said about rollback netcode a couple weeks ago and set him on fire that he had to make a statement about it.
He's like, you misunderstood. Maybe the context wasn't there. Maybe it was mistranslated. Let me explain.
Yes.
Okay, it was an interview between Seiji Aoki and Harada with a site. It wasn't like some special
Okay.
thing. It didn't like Harada is like slowly morphing into Ono.
No.
With some of these takes where it's like our netcode's fine. Too many people are using the internet because of the pandemic.
Fuck off. That's the opposite of how that makes any sense. If your netcode was fine,
if there wasn't too much traffic, Dan, it would be fine.
because America doesn't exist. Very, very
the pipes
global
are all
view.
gummed
I mean,
up.
Dan, Harada said Americans should petition their government to improve infrastructure rather than asking me for better netcode.
We should do both.
There was some great nuggets in this, like Sega of America repeatedly asked for rollback netcode. It was almost all they said, and it comes off from both of them like, we're sick of fucking hearing about rollback from these fucking Americans. We know best. Fuck them.
I like how it's like Sega of America really pushing for rollback netcode. Also has to move heaven and earth to get Persona 4 onto PC.
This also
Those are some heroes.
Yes! And eventually they need to win.
This interview is all insane. They talk about how they started the esports branding was Puyo because they thought that would be more successful than Virtua Fighter.
Where? In Japan?
Puyo still had some manner of esports going, so clearly that would be it. I guess only Japan.
I missed this.
I mean, here's the thing. Virtua Fighter's so dead in America. Sure. Sure. Puyo's probably about as popular in America, the territory that constantly bitches about, I wish Puyo was more popular here.
But yeah, it was...
This is fucking...
This whole interview is
nuts.
Messed up.
There's also some really weird stuff in it, like the reason that there hasn't been a Virtua Fighter forever, because there's been proposals over and over.
Okay.
Internally at Sega, and it's like, we consider Virtua Fighter to equal innovation, and none of the proposals offered innovation, so we didn't approve them.
What the fuck are you talking about? Virtua Fighter 1 is almost identical to 2 and 3.
Anytime.
That's what anyone says.
Like, they're just graphics improvements. The fucking mechanics of Virtua Fighter have not drastically evolved over time.
I despise anyone who's like, we need innovation in this franchise to keep it going if it's been dead for a while. I'm like, no.
You just need a new entry.
Stop
I'm sorry.
that. Please fucking stop that.
The only reason that we even got the 5 Ultimate thing is because they're like, we want to tie it in with Sega's 60th anniversary.
Why are they like this?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know what's a really good design gimmick? Making the first of a game in 15 fucking years. That's a pretty good gimmick.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to be like this. Like you hear it from Rare about their old IPs where they require it to be innovative. And I'm like, stop it. You hear that with Nintendo with F-Zero, and where like a former thing said, everything I heard about is they need to have a really good idea. And I'm like, here's a good idea. Make it!
Yeah.
No, you tried
Make
this
the game!
really good idea with Star Fox.
Yeah, how did that fucking treat you with Star Fox, you dumb motherfuckers?
That was a thing Reggie said even once, where it's like, even when it comes to the re-release of a game, we need to add something new to it. I'm like, fuck you.
No, you don't!
Yeah.
Like funky mode.
Here's our new idea for the Mario collection, not including Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
This might be like the most Joker-fying interview I have ever read from any game person.
I need to read the whole thing. So I just read
You know what?
like that.
It might beat out some of those Final Fantasy 15 interviews, honestly. And some of them are real bad.
Harada's like, I want a much bigger marketing budget. because that's why the new Guilty Gear has been successful.
Guilty Gear's marketing.
What?
Guilty Gear's marketing.
Here's our marketing. Here's another trailer. It's 40 seconds.
What? Guilty Gear's marketing.
Guilty Gear's marketing.
Guilty Gear's marketing.
Guilty Gear Strive's marketing.
Isn't that game literally run because of good word of mouth at this point?
I have never seen a fighting game have this strong a word of mouth where I'm like, I know people have never even heard of this series who are all in because it had, good online.
Yeah.
And not because of
Even
trailers.
the fucking... Even the annoying Guilty Gear boomers are like, it's good. Fuck you. I'm gonna go play it.
Yeah, they're
I'm
like,
gonna pretend to be mad about it.
I'm a little upset about it, but look at it. Look at it. It's playing.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like, no, they made the prettiest game ever, and also it has good netcode.
Also, how are you trying to imply Arc System Works had more marketing budget than Bamco?
You have the guy from The Walking Dead in your game.
You're Bandai Namco.
I want to believe...
You're contracting this developer for Dragon Ball.
I want to believe that this is all... Some of these are taken out of context.
They didn't read to fucking snap.
They didn't read the tone of it, and Harada's joking.
Harada's drunk.
Oh no, they took tone into consideration because when they talked about how much that netcode was mentioned, they specifically included the mentioning their bitter smiles.
This fucking sucks. Fuck off. Jesus Christ.
You know what? Never mind. This is the worst piece of news this beat out Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, this beat out Assassin's Creed. Hearing Harada be like, if only we had the marketing budget of Guilty Gear Strive.
Come on, man. I liked you back when you would just call Ono a dipshit at press events.
Tekken 7 is a really good game. How about you motherfuckers make some better netcode and also do a next-gen version?
Yeah, do a next-gen
Yeah, just do a next-gen. It can even just be Tekken 7 with better netcode in next-gen.
Yeah,
that's all it needs.
Seiji Aoki, like this, you can feel like the Inafune energy radiating off this interview. Where it's stuff like Seiji Aoki saying, well, to compete with the Western market, we have to do a bunch of stupid shit that nobody wants.
Oh God.
Like what?
It's like, well, Jet, to compete, we should cross over all our IPs.
What? No.
Because part of the interview is like, maybe Virtua Fighter cross Tekken will happen. That seems like something that'll be cool. It was in development at one time and then fell through, but maybe we'll bring it back.
Why are you like this?
Is Nagoshi the only person with a brain
at Sega? Yes,
yeah,
clearly.
Sega Japan's absolutely insane.
Dude, they have so many people without brains at Sega, they exported one of them to Square.
I mean,
they did.
I mean, they also bought Atlas. They make great games, but they're all idiots. It's a nightmare.
It sucks so
I don't even remember, like, looking at Seiji Aoki's Moby Games thing, it's like, it looks like he hasn't actually worked on a game in a meaningful capacity in 11 years.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's at Sega.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the designer of Virtua Fighter 5, which is why he's here for this interview, but it's like, is there just like a bunch of people at some of these big Japanese companies who like wander around in a circle all day with a binder?
Yeah, I wonder that too. Because these people stay employed.
Right.
It's like that thing that people describe whenever it's like in Square, where they're like, some people are in the broom closet now because their game wasn't good enough. Or they're like, when's this guy gonna come back? He apparently still works there. He doesn't do anything meaningful anymore. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. That seems to happen to a lot of Japanese companies. That apparently has happened to literally everyone at Konami.
Yes.
But, you know, this is a company that's still supposed to be making video games.
Yeah, they are. Just not as many as they should be.
Oh, he produced Border Break, a game I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It was apparently an arcade game that got ported to PS4, and it is some sort of robot combat game. It looks like it could be neat, I guess. I feel like the fact it wasn't localized is probably an implication that it wasn't very neat, but
I still just don't know why. Like, if they can have the whole of Sega America yelling at them to put in good netcode, they can't get the memo.
Think of how much money they made from Sega of America playing their games. Yakuza.
Man, the more shit changes, the more it stays the same. How we're back at America side of Sega being like, no, we have to do this. This is what everybody wants. And Sega of Japan going, those stupid fucking people don't know shit. We know everything.
Yeah, we know
right
what
back
Sonic
there.
needs to do.
They're gonna make the Dreamcast 2, and I'm gonna kill myself.
Except Nagoshi, who's like, well, you say it's good, so we'll dub the game and give it simultaneous worldwide release.
Also,
Which is why he has ascended to be like the third most important person in the company.
and he's reviving Monkey Ball.
Finally.
I need to post this.
Oh fuck! What is that?
What are we looking at here?
This is what came up when I tried to Google Border Break. This is a Forbes article. Border Break on PlayStation 4 could be the big break mecha multiplayer games need.
Tell me more, Ollie.
Oh no, that guy.
What do you mean that guy?
I'm glad this guy has a track record. Anyways, the snippet that I can read says, what's more, with big multiplayer games like Fortnite doing extremely well across various platforms, having a multiplayer mecha game like Border Break, and then it cuts off. So anyway,
Piss fart.
Anyways, I think we're good. Can we stop talking about this horrible interview?
There's a couple more bullets.
No.
Harada said some shit about how rollback is hard for 3D fighting games because it might make the animations look less smooth, which is like, okay, I get it, but you know what matters more than that? The game being fucking playable. And there's just this really funny bit where Seiji Aoki says, yeah, we made Sega of America's staff try our bullshit horrible apartheid netcode, and they said it was they were surprised and said it would be okay after we implied they'd be fired if they said it was bad. There's like a really strong implication of they said it was fine once we had a gun to their head.
Do they mean like 3D movement? Because the 3D rollback not mixing, I'm like, aren't there so many 3D games with rollback?
I don't think there's that much.
The 3D movement, because they're like, Harada uses Soul Calibur as an example. When characters swing their weapons, there's a colored trail that follows the arc of the swing in a smooth line. That line becomes jagged as frames are rolled back, so it's an obvious indicator of how rollback can impede a game's visuals.
Okay, so I thought it was just in general games are 3D.
We just need we need a American company to make a 3D fighting game very much like Tekken and have rollback so that he's just proven completely wrong. That's all we need.
They're like, I'm sorry, the marketing of indie dev is just too high. I need to boost Tekken's money.
That's insane.
That's the most insane thing I think this year.
Yeah.
There was more boomer shit where it's like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. Our shitty delay based netcode is fine. Harada pretends to be a networking engineer for a little bit and just makes shit up. They reiterate the unbelievable boomer take of like, we'll just have your infrastructure improve. I would simply not have bad infrastructure where I
would
live.
simply be closer physically in America.
Yes.
You're trying to sell your games to me.
I would simply live on the backbone of the internet.
Any more?
Jesus.
There's other boomer shit where Harada's like, maybe it's your TV that has too much display latency.
What?
Which I think if he said that
is it. That's the Joker moment.
But he just goes on and on about like, no, it's the pandemic. It's making connections unstable. The real problem is packet loss. Something. I'm full of shit. Just God, okay, it's done. It's over.
I really want him so bad to finally give up this fucking front when they announce like a Tekken 8 and say it's gonna have full rollback. I've always believed in networking.
And I'll be like, you're a piece of shit, but whatever. I got what I wanted.
I know. I'll ignore. I won't forgive. I will ignore all the stupid shit you've said if you could just be normal.
Yeah.
I've noticed this, but like, haha, Harada's like, don't ask me for shit. He's like the funny, no nonsense guy. Boy, it turns around when in situations like this, huh?
Yep.
It sure comes off my how's Hideki Kamiya doing? How's everything going over there?
Anyway,
looking forward to that Ultraman game that's going to be made on their new engine that has no reason to exist.
I need this to stop. Hey, KZ.
Yes.
Hey!
What are you doing in the next week?
At the day this comes out, I'll be starting my special streaming event which I called the Square Enix masterpiece dynamic duo double death stream, where over the course of at least 2 days, I'll be going through The Bouncer and Balan Wonderworld.
I have no idea why you've coupled these together. Is it just the bees?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
I made a stream goal a few months ago, that was the double B.
Good luck with Balan.
Yeah. I assume you're just playing through one mode or one story of Bouncer.
No, all 3.
Okay.
I'm undecided whether or not I will get the all endings, or if I just do a new save for each. We'll see. Either way, I would be achieving their stories with all the intricate things and differences that they get.
Yeah, all endings is a bit rough. I think there are 5 or 6. Can't remember right now off the top of my head.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be getting all endings. I would just end up being
just one player through per character ? Or
yeah, it would be that I beat it 3 times type of thing. I wouldn't be going, if you run over there and do this specific thing, you get an extra minute.
Choose this person during this chapter to have a random person accost you during the ending and unlock them in multiplayer. If you don't get your ass beat.
It would be really funny. It's like, all right, I'm done. Dan, come in here. We have to show off the multiplayer for at least 10 minutes.
Oh, no, I got to do that on my stream. I got to get the PS2 multi-tap. It's 4-player.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
God. Yeah, that's the main thing I'm doing that week.
Okay, that sounds fun. Hey, Bob, what are we doing next week?
I don't know.
Me neither. Okay. Hey, Phil.
I'll be starting AI the Somnium Files. That'll be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Getting prepared.
Yeah, I liked that game a lot.
Look, I normally have things in my head for what next week is, but I just got this room that was previously stacked full of boxes of shit, not as stacked full of boxes of shit. So I'm kind of just like, yeah, I'm going to turn off this recording and play Neo Turf Masters. That's what I'm doing in the next week.
Dan's like, can we transition into being a Neo Turf Masters channel? I guess not if I want to keep this house.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support us, head on over to www.patreon.com/gbpodcast, where you can get extra podcasts and early access to our anime podcast, Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool. Head on over there and become a $5 backer or a podlord today.